Greetings everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm your host Captain Ryan. Today's video has got me once again back in my favorite tier 9 destroyer and probably my favorite destroyer overall here in World of Warships. That's right, I'm back in the USS Fletcher. As the battle gets underway, it's Okinawa, it's domination match mode, and I have spawned middle of the map, but I'm actually going to go ahead and head down to the sea cap point. And I'm going to head down here because I've got some backup coming with me, including a couple of battleships, as well as a friendly destroyer who's also spawned down there. And I'm pretty confident that between the two of us, we should be able to deal anything that comes our way at the sea cap point. My team has the destroyer advantage, not just because I'm in a destroyer, and not just because I'm in my Fletcher, but because we have 4 destroyers to the enemy's 3. Now, as you'll know, I always say that the team that ends up with the destroyer advantage, especially right at the start of the battle, and especially in this particular case, having Matchmaker stack it in our favor, usually means that you have an advantage. Not always, it depends on how skilled your other destroyer captains are. Now I get a set of torpedoes off towards that destroyer that's popped up there, but we'll see. He looks like he's maneuvering hard, and these torpedoes are really, honestly, more speculative than anything else. Now I am in the sea cap point. We are capturing the sea cap point, and this is going to give my team, hopefully, an early points lead by managing to secure it. Enemy cruiser has popped up here, and I'd really like that cruiser dead because he definitely poses a fairly large threat to myself as well as the battleships on the team. Torpedoes managed to not hit anything. I've got torpedoes coming out there from the friendly destroyer who's going to get torpedoes downrange as well. And now that the sea cap point is captured, my team is gaining those points, and the enemy team hasn't managed to gain any points yet. Team is in the process of capping B, but you'll notice that it's not being capped at the moment. It is being contested. There is an enemy destroyer who is up there, and I believe it's the enemy Fletcher who is up there. Now, I'm in a position here to go ahead and relocate to the B cap point. I have a friendly destroyer who's up there, and there are several cruisers and other ships that are moving in on it, but I know that that Fletcher is going to pop his smoke screen, and as you can see there, that's exactly what he's doing. He's very low health, and I can go ahead and get up there and ruin his day. But now, if you look off in the distance there's a smoke screen out there, and there is a lot of enemy battleships out there as well. It's a very target-rich environment. Now, I'm trying to get as close as I can, as close as I dare to that smoke screen and that group of battleships without getting too close, without risking being spotted. The enemy team still has 3 destroyers in play, but I'm fairly confident since I know where one of them is. So I go ahead, I get torpedoes off into that smoke screen. You know what I say, torpedoes love smoke screens. They are torpedo magnets. My team is going to capture the A cap point, which is wonderful. So that's going to give my team even more of a points advantage. Pop my speed boost here. I'm going to try and close the distance with that smoke screen because I know there's a Fletcher up there, and I want to get up there and be able to effectively ruin his day. Plus, if we can get him out of the way, that means my team can go ahead and capture the B cap point. Unfortunately, the enemy team gets the first blood, taking out one of our friendly ships. I'm spotted by the Fletcher as he runs from his smoke screen, but look how low health he is. He had no hope there. So I managed to secure my first kill in this game, basically a kill steal. Oh well. Pop a smoke screen here, turn away because there is a battleship headed my direction, and you can see shots coming in there. Now, you remember what I said about smoke screens being torpedo magnets? Yes. Enemy battleship who decided to hide in that smoke screen just got nailed. So that's going to be my second kill of the game, and now puts me at a nice respectable 53,000 damage this early in the game. Not only that, my team has secured all 3 cap points. So we're gaining points at a ridiculous rate, and the enemy team, well, they aren't gaining any points. And if they keep losing ships, they run the risk of actually losing this game before my team hits 1,000 points. Now I get torpedoes off at this battleship who is pushing up here. As I leave my smoke screen, didn't want to sit there because I knew there was a battleship coming in here, and I didn't want to be out in the open. But the smoke screen that I laid, which was mostly for my benefit, actually works out really well for the cruisers who are located behind that smoke screen. because it's going to block direct line of sight to that battleship, at least for a little bit, until they open fire. I managed to connect with the torpedo on that battleship. It's going to cause some flooding, but you can see he's put it out right away. That's going to be bad for him as I push up here back into my own smoke screen to drop off detectability. I'm going to try and set him on fire. More importantly, the friendly ships behind me are also in a position to go ahead and try and set him on fire. But as well, look at my torpedo reload. My torpedoes are going to be up very soon, and given this guy's position and the realization that there is at least one destroyer and a battleship and cruiser shooting at him from inside and behind this smokescreen, he's decided he's going to go ahead and start reversing. He's going to try and bow tank out of here. And if you're in a US battleship, I don't recommend doing that because it's never going to really work out that well for you in the end. Other enemy destroyer finally meets his end, and while we have lost a friendly destroyer, that does mean that the enemy is down to just one destroyer left. He's not having a good day of it. Plus, that also means that the enemy team way down on points. But you can see there on the minimap as I get torpedoes out here at this battleship that the enemy team is rallied. They've concentrated their forces in a nice mass, and they're going to go ahead and push the C cap point. And they are challenging us there, and they are starting to capture it. They have managed to take out yet another ship, so they've equaled out the teams list just a little bit, and they've also managed to bring the points back up. Well, that was until I sank the enemy battleship there, who tried to reverse out of the situation. Again, if you know there's a destroyer sitting in a smokescreen shooting at you, and you're in a battleship, it's my advice to avoid, if at all possible, trying to bow tank and reverse out of a situation, because my torpedoes are a lot faster than your ship is reversing. Speaking of ships, out there in the distance, there's a nice cluster of battleships and cruisers that are back out there, and there's the enemy destroyer, the last one left. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open up on him, switch my focus of fire because he's not got a lot of health. I'm hiding in my smoke screen. He's a little bit further away than I would like, but my torpedoes are back up again, so I get one set out at that battleship down there, and I'm looking for another target here, and I fire off at the other battleship who's moving a lot faster. Now, right after I fire off those torpedoes, that battleship there starts moving fast. He was going very, very slow. He's moving faster now. I'm actually getting a lot of cap resets here by constantly hitting him with high explosive. Torpedoes are definitely going to miss him, but there are a few ships in the back there that they might hopefully hit with any luck. And of course that destroyer who's also come right back into the cap there. Can I get a kill, another one with torpedoes on the destroyer? That's always my favorite thing to do. No, it doesn't look like it. It definitely looks like those are all going to miss him as well. That's really disappointing. Kind of wish that had been the case. But that other set that I fired off does actually manage to connect with that other battleship, and it causes a not insignificant amount of damage to him. More importantly, look at that damage counter. He's flooding, and flooding quite quickly with more than 2 floods at the same time. He takes a big hit there, so he's not got a lot of health left, and he's definitely still going to go down. The question is, who's going to get the kill on it? Yep, it's going to be me. So there is yet another kill for me in this game. And I do believe that is my 4th kill in the game. So I'm actually now looking for a Kraken Unleashed. And that's when enemy cruiser pops up here, the Edinburgh. He's got a bit of health flare. He's very dangerous to me. I don't have to lay my own smoke screen because a friendly Benson laid his, but you can see we've both got a set of torpedoes out here. Now the Benson, his first set's going to miss. My second set's going to miss as well because this cruiser has turned in, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold my second set for a little bit here because I want to see what he's going to do. Edinburgh is a fairly maneuverable light cruiser, and with hydroacoustic, which is what we're being detected by, he's going to be able to see those torpedoes. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get these torpedoes off here to try and cross-torp him, but the Benson actually manages to finish off that cruiser. Wasn't quite able to make that turn as tight as he needed to torpedo beats. Even if he did, unless he slammed on his brake right after, I have a sneaking suspicion my torpedoes would have killed him. So, good job on the Benson there, but a combined effort by the both of us getting the distraction. Now, even before that cruiser had died, you'll notice that I started heading forward to leave that smokescreen. A couple of reasons there. That cruiser's got torpedoes, but also because the Benson was on one side and I'm on the other side, we can split his focus and attention, so one of us is going to be able to effectively wreck him. And at that kind of range, the armor piercing on the 127 millimeters really does a very, very good job. Torpedoes back up again here. I'm just going to kind of stay out in the back here. At this point, you'll notice that I haven't actually taken a single point of damage. As I get torpedoes off of that cruiser meets his end, so these torpedoes are completely worthless. He's the only thing back there, and the only thing that was actually in range. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to slow down, I'm going to pop my smoke screen so I can just take shots at all of these battleships off in the distance here. And that's really all I can do at this point without pushing up, without getting too overly aggressive. Now, I don't have a concern that I'm going to be destroyed outright, but at this point, I really want to remain undetected. I'd kind of like to finish a battle having taken no damage at all. But notice here, I've got my engine in reverse and I haven't zoomed out. This is something that I tell people to do when they're playing in a destroyer. Zoom that gun camera out after every shot, because look what's happened. I've actually reversed out of my smokescreen, and now this battleship knows full well that I'm here. Not only that, he was paying attention, and so I actually take damage from the guy. Did get a set of torpedoes off towards him, but he's slowed way down, and so those first set's going to completely miss. He's currently challenging us at the B cap point, but given how much of an advantage we had on the caps, having all three of them for so long, my team is currently in the 900-point bracket. It's a 700-point difference here. This isn't good for him. Now, I've managed to set him on fire. I didn't get the kill, though. Really disappointed. Still looking for that 5th kill. I'd really like to get that Kraken unleashed, but with that battleship dead, and us having 2 caps yet again in the 900 points bracket, we only really need to kill one of their ships, or just not die, and we'll secure victory in this game. That might be a bit of a tall order. You can see there are a couple of ships here, including this battleship that's very low health, and he's taking a lot of big hits there. He's also on fire and he's burning. The question is, are they going to be able to burn him down before we hit that 1,000-point marker? Are we going to be able to kill something before he dies? Well, this other enemy battleship is taking quite a beating, and I'm trying to get shots on him over this island here because he's the only thing in range. Very low health battleship. If he dies, it'll drop us on points. The battle will continue for a little bit longer and equal it out. But nope, we hit 1,000 points before that guy dies, so we're actually able to survive. And that guy probably got himself a fireproof and a dreadnought. 153,000 damage, 4 kills in the game. No major awards, including no devastating strikes. A little bit disappointed by that. Still, though, a very good all-around game showing maneuverability, mobility, and coordination, even if it's unspoken coordination, to best be able to handle situations. Top of the team for XP earned at well over 2,000 base XP. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by liking and following me on Facebook. If you'd like to help support me and the channel, as well as gain additional supporter perks, you could become my supporter on Patreon. Every little bit helps. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see featured on my channel, you can send it to my email. And if you'd like to watch me play various games live, albeit fairly intermittently right now, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.